you broke into something that you would also think like this would maybe not be with the way your career was heading. You were in The Mandalorian.
Yes, I was in The Mandalorian.
You and Jason Sudeikis.
Me and Suds.
Played
Yeah.
played stormtroopers.
We played stormtroopers, Bike Scouts officially. I don't want to upset a billion dorks online. Bike Scouts. Want to make sure I get my spot at the convention. Yeah, another odd choice.
But you actually wore the suit.
We wore the suits. It was awesome. I mean, to get to do that was so cool. And we had bikes that were like on hydraulics, and I punched Baby Yoda.
You did. I feel like people might think that's a joke, but in this scene, you really did punch Baby Yoda.
Yes, and I can't stress this enough. The scene called for it.
Yeah.
I didn't. It wasn't like I did it willy-nilly.
Yeah. It was in the script.
In the script.
Yeah.
But the first time I did it, I hit it like too hard. Because I don't know, I was excited. So I clocked it. And like 30 people popped up like moles in that game that you hit.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, whoa, 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 whoa. And then like Jon Favreau came down and like put me in his like little like nook of his Favreau, and he went, he's like, that thing is very expensive. You want to do that? And he's like, and I can't stress this enough. This is the movies. I was like, got it. I got it, and I went back, and like everyone was really awkward because I had like potentially ruined $1 billion franchise.
Yeah.
So like no one was saying anything. It's like before I got on my like hover bike, I just want everyone to know that the Baby Yoda did say something anti-Semitic to me. And like I thought that would like clear the air, but instead it had that vibe from like when a mechanic is working on your car and you're like, hey, how long? And they go like, and they just stare at you. And so I was like, cool, no problem. I like sat on the bike. I was like, wow. And I like leaned over to Suds, and before I could say anything, he went, woof.